everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Meg, and today we are doing another food and cooking video. If you know me at all, first of all, I realize I'm wearing the same shirt as my last couple of food videos. I basically rotate the same like 3 shirts. But anyway, if you know me at all, you know that cooking is not my thing. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. So while I'm trying to branch out and do more intuitive eating and explore different recipes, I figure why not film it? Because I'm sure that there are other people like me out there. Like I said in my last video, I think I bring the relatability to these what I eat in the day in these cooking videos. So anyways, I had 3 different recipes for you guys. It is morning time, so I'm gonna get started with breakfast. Today I'm going to have some oatmeal. So I'm just gonna show you like what kind I have. This is my first time making it, so we'll be trying it together for the first time. I also found this really amazing recipe for everything but the bagel soft pretzels that I'm really excited. Pretzels are always challenging to me. I love soft pretzels, but I always struggle to get the dough right. So we'll see how that goes. And then for dinner, I saw on Instagram, it's this chicken pasta fruit salad. I think it's basically one of those chicken pasta salads that you just throw whatever you have in the fridge in there as a way to like clean up leftovers. But it actually looks really, really good. And I got this gluten-free quinoa brown rice pasta from Trader Joe's I'm really looking forward to trying. So that is what you're gonna find in these videos. If you'd like to see a certain recipe or skip to a certain part of the video, timestamps are linked down below. As always, I have to start the day off with coffee. I said in my last video, I turned into like one of those coffee people during quarantine because who has the energy? So I'm going to walk you through how I do my coffee. It's pretty simple. I will have the cold brew jar thing that we use to make the coffee, link down below, and the frother. Of course, step 1 is getting ice, but an important part of the step is taking 1 ice cube out to give to your dog. Go on. Do you like your ice cube? Is that your treat? Do you like your ice cube? Do you like it? This is my favorite creamer. I really love the brand Coffee Mate. Their Natural Bliss non-dairy creamer. It doesn't taste like chemicals and it's not overly sweet. And this brown sugar one is the best. I also really love the vanilla and caramel ones. But if you're someone that really enjoyed the Starbucks oat milk brown sugar shaken espresso or whatever it was, this is, I heard, a good dupe. I never got the chance to try it because my Starbucks was always sold out. But this is super good. Definitely give this brown sugar flavor a try. It is not overwhelming at all. Also, gotta add some oat milk. Beautiful. Now for the oatmeal, obviously you can microwave this because it's instant, but I like cooking it over the stove. This is a Trader Joe's unsweetened instant oatmeal. I like this a lot. I did get a maple brown sugar one and it was way too sweet. It was too overwhelming. Like, I did not enjoy eating it at all. So for me, the unsweetened and then sweetening it myself is what works best for me. Today I'm just gonna make one packet. I like to use oat milk instead of water. I also like putting a tablespoon of almond butter, or you could also use peanut butter into it. And then I take half a tablespoon of my own brown sugar to sweeten it. And I love topping my oatmeal with a banana. Another thing I wanted to note about this specific oatmeal that's in this packaging, Trader Joe's had another Trader Joe's brand unsweetened oatmeal. And when I was looking at the ingredients and at the nutritional facts to see like what the difference was between them, the other one had a ton of added sugar. So I've been trying to pay more attention to labels on food, and I'm trying to stay away from food like this that's like supposed to be healthy. And staying away from a bunch of food that has added sugars in it. Obviously, if I'm eating something unhealthy, I know it's gonna have the added sugars, but for stuff like this, I try to avoid it. So if you're interested in trying this out, I would definitely take a gander at the label here. Total sugars, total added sugars, 0, so we are good to go. I don't know why the other one is also unsweetened, but it had a ton of added sugars. Anyway. I love my oatmeal to be on the thicker side. I don't like it to be too runny, so instead of 2/3 of a cup of water or milk, I do half a cup. And then I'm also going to add in a little splash of New Moon water. That probably did take it up to 2/3 of a cup. But yeah, I have this jar of water that I charge under the new moon, set some intentions to it. So I like just adding that in as part of my little practice. Let's get this to a boil, and then we can add in our oatmeal and other ingredients. Normally by the time I cut my banana up, the milk is ready for the oats. And by the way, in case you missed it on the packaging, these are also made with whole grain oats, quinoa with flaxseed and chia seed. So normally I give this like 30 seconds for the milk to just really soak into the oats before I add in the almond butter and brown sugar. So now I'm going to add in my half a tablespoon of brown sugar. And once that's dissolved, I'm going to add in the almond butter. This is really going to thicken it up. All right, so that is good. Of course, the microwave is faster, but this seriously takes like less than 10 minutes to do. And I just like making it on the stovetop better. I'm gonna transfer it over to this cute little zebra bowl I've had for like 7 years. My mom got it for me at World Market. I just had to share. And the almond butter is what really thickens this up and makes it so much more filling. If I wasn't adding almond butter, I would probably need 2 packets to fill full, is what I was trying to say earlier. But here is our delicious oatmeal breakfast. All right, we are back and we are gonna try everything but the bagel pretzels. I love soft pretzels, so I'm excited to try this twist. And the recipe is a little bit different than soft pretzel recipes that I've used in the past, because to be honest, I always struggle with the dough when it comes to it. So let's go over ingredients that you're gonna need. You're gonna need warm water. I boiled some water and I'm just letting it cool off to the side so it can be warm when we mix in the yeast. So with that being said, I do have a packet of active dry yeast, and we're also going to use some honey. I haven't seen this in a pretzel recipe before, so I'm interested to see what this is going to do, because they mix it in with the yeast, which is so strange to me. And of course, we're going to need flour, salt, baking soda, and then for an egg wash, it depends how many pretzels. I pulled out 2 eggs just to be safe. And of course, the star of the show, which is everything but the bagel sesame seasoning. So let's go ahead and get these started. We're in for a little bit of a journey because the dough does need to rest for about an hour and a half. I want to add 3 cups of flour and then 1 1/4 teaspoon of salt. All right, so we want to start off with 1 cup of warm water. You want your water to be anywhere between 110 and 115 Fahrenheit. And then I'm going to add in my active dry yeast packet. This recipe actually said to add in a pinch of sugar to help activate the yeast. So we'll see what that does. I haven't done this before. And then it also called for 1/4 cup of honey, which again, I've never done before when making yeast. So, all right, so because we stirred it, I don't think it's going to really get that much more foamy. So yeah, I don't know if it was a mistake stirring it, but that's what they did in the TikTok, so that's what we're going for. Like I said, I'm here for the relatability. So now we're going to combine this and have the KitchenAid on medium for about 6 minutes. This is where I get concerned because mine's never one solid piece of dough. It's just all these little chunks every time. So if anyone knows what I'm doing wrong, please let me know. But I'm going to go ahead and transfer this over to an oiled bowl. And from the recipe that I followed, you want to let the dough rise for 90 minutes, but it says halfway throughout to punch the dough to get any air bubbles out. So I'm going to set a timer for 45 minutes, punch the dough, and then let it go for another 45 minutes. I like to just cover it with a paper towel, and then you can just stick it in your microwave. You want it to be somewhere room temperature, but away from any vents. Okay, so we have a couple things going. It's been the full 90 minutes. Let's check on our dough. So my dough definitely got bigger in size, but it just always looks so dried out. Like it never looks fluffy and easy to work with like everyone else's whenever I see these recipes. But my oven is already preheated to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. So now I'm just gonna grease my countertop area, roll out the dough. I also back here have a pot of water starting to boil so we can dip them in, treat them before we put them into the oven. And I also have my baking sheet with parchment paper ready to go. I'm also going to crack the 2 eggs for the egg wash so we can just bam, bam, bam once we get these rolled out. I had enough dough to just section it into 8 different pieces, and then I just rolled it from there, formed the pretzel, and then I didn't say on camera, but I definitely, at the 45-minute mark, punched the dough. I didn't have air bubbles. Like, my dough was really dense, so it didn't need that. But yeah, this dough is like, it's just really haunting me. So I did stop at the 45-minute mark, checked it, and then I put it back and let it rest for the rest of the time, which is another 45 minutes. I will say I'm having an easier time working this dough than I normally do. Like normally it's super crumbly, so maybe adding the honey helped. But I'm really proud of this little pretzel. Yay! Alrighty, our water is coming to a boil, which is perfect. So now we have the 3 tablespoons of baking soda that we're going to add in here. I might need to turn the heat down, but I also have this tool. And what you want to do is drop these in for 30 seconds. And to help keep my pretzels together, I also just like press the fork down just to help. Now that we have all of our pretzels cured, I don't even know if that's the right word, I'm going to go in with my egg wash. So I just scrambled the 2 eggs together, and I'm just going to do a really nice heavy coating of this so we get that really nice browning. Maybe you only want a light coating of it, and I did way too much. I probably did way too much. I'm gonna have some scrambled egg on top of my pretzels. So do half with this fine sea salt, and then I'm gonna do the other half with the everything but the bagel. I wish I had the coarse sea salt because my favorite part is like the crunch of the salt. Now we want to bake these at 450 for 11 minutes. Let's hope it works. Oh my gosh, they look so good. That was the perfect amount of time. I'm gonna transfer these over to a plate to cool down because I don't want them to keep cooking while they're cooling down. But I can't wait to try it. The seasoning smells so good. All right, I already took my makeup off. I showered, I'm good for the night. So I'm gonna give this a try. I'm gonna try the everything but the bagel seasoning. It is definitely chewy, but good. I'm also gonna try a bite of just the regular salted pretzel. All right, they are really dense. So I feel like there's still something with my dough that needs help. So, excuse me. So if you know what that is, let me know. They're like really, really dense, but the flavor is good. And the plain one with just the salt, you can definitely taste the honey that's in the dough. And I like it. It's like a little bit of sweetness to it. And the everything but the bagel seasoning one is super good. So I recommend this if you guys want to give it a try.
And let's move on to the next recipe.
Moving on to dinner, we're gonna flash back to me in a different outfit, hair, and makeup, but we are getting ready for dinner. I'm so excited. It is the chicken pasta fruit salad, and it is so good. 10 out of 10 would make this again. It was delicious.
For the shredded chicken, all I did was cook it in the crock pot. So I took some chicken stock, some chicken, and then I just seasoned it with salt, pepper, and garlic. You can add whatever fruit you have on hand. So I'm adding strawberry, raspberry, blueberry, and mango. I also have some avocado to cut up, fresh basil, and pecans. Allegedly, there is this mango hack where if you cut it around the middle with the stone, you can twist it and pull it apart. But why do I feel like that's not gonna work for me, or it's gonna be really messy? Luna is very invested right now. She's hoping for some handouts. Are you helping? Are you my sous chef? Yeah. All right, let's see if we have some leftover blueberries for you. Ugh, yep, not working. Oh my God, that was really hard to do. So then they say that you should be able to cut around the seed to pull it out. This might not be quite as ripe as I was hoping it would be. I'm like so fearful of accidentally cutting myself. Nope, doesn't want to come out. Yeah, no, this was a fail. I'm kind of treating this like I would an avocado. And then hopefully I'll be able to just scrape this out. This is so messy. This is why I love buying pre-cut mango. Our chicken is done, so I'm just gonna pull that out, shred it. We are going to get our water ready, boil it, cook the pasta, and then all that's left is throwing everything together. Speaking of putting things together, all the fruit is washed. Obviously I had to cut up the strawberries and the mango, but I'm leaving those in their original containers so we have our fruit ready. This is the pasta that I'm using. It's brown rice and quinoa pasta from Trader Joe's. And then I also have some pecan halves to throw in the salad. And then for dressing, I have balsamic vinaigrette. And whoops, I almost forgot our fresh basil. I'm recording my reaction to it.
It's food. Have you ever had food before? What's your reaction to food? Oh my god, I eat. It's good.
This is pretty good.
And that is that for this recipe and cooking video. Really quickly, I want to plug my other channel, Moon Magic Spirit. It will be linked down below. And I cover all kind of metaphysical topics over there. I started the channel a couple years ago and now I'm like rebranding it, getting it right back ready to go. So if you're into tarot and astrology, I highly suggest you check it out. So anyways, that is linked down below along with my other social media if you'd like to follow me on other platforms. Let me know in the comments down below, do you like these more lifestyle videos? And if so, what other videos would you like to see from me over here? Or if there's a makeup related video that you would like to see, put it in the comments below as well. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to hang out with me. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone.